I was out in public 5 years ago stating that there was a lack of clarity in the regulations and the rules of the road. I believe that this is the most significant thing that has occurred. And 5 years later, after Ripple was sued by the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the one thing that the SEC was fighting most vehemently was the concept that XRP, the digital asset that Ripple uses in our technology, was a security. Additionally, that was the primary concern that they had, and the judge came to the conclusion that XRP does not qualify as a security. Moreover, that has been a case that has been extremely formative for the industry. With that in mind, we are going to keep making a lot of noise and working hard to advocate for the clarity of regulations. And I have high hopes that we will be able to observe it when we observe a shift in the guard. The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. I would also like to remind you to give my channel a like and subscribe to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Take a look at this now, shall we? The CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, has confirmed that XRP is not a security SEC matter that is close to being resolved. According to the decision that was handed down by Judge Torres at the beginning of this month, the program sales of XRP did not satisfy the third component of the Howey test, which is used to identify securities under U.S. law. This test is intended to determine whether or not a security is a security. This ruling implies that XRP does not comply to the classification of securities, which is in opposition to the position carried out by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). This verdict is a big step forward for Ripple and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole, and it has the potential to serve as a baseline for cases that will be brought in the future. There was a 3.76% gain in the price of XRP in the 24 hours before to the publishing of this article, eventually hitting 60 cents. The cryptocurrency market as a whole is currently seeing the same degree of volatility as XRP is displaying at the moment. During the course of this week, there has been an increase in the value of Bitcoin, altcoins, and meme coins, which has been positive for the market for cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin. During an interview with Bloomberg Businessweek, Garlinghouse underlined the significance of having clear regulatory frameworks in the United States. These insights were gleaned from the interview. On the other hand, countries like the United Kingdom, Japan, Singapore, and the European Union have already built such frameworks. This stands in contrast to the situation in other countries. He emphasized that the majority of people working in the Bitcoin business are acting in an ethical manner, and the majority of them are asking for clear norms. Is engaged in a legal battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission for a period of 3 years, during which time they have spent more than $150 million. He was concerned about the fact that there is a lack of clarity about rules in the United States, which has led to money, and entrepreneurs moving to other countries that have more clearly defined regulations, conversations, and hurdles in the regulatory process. His issue arose from the fact that there is a lack of clarity regarding rules in the United States. During a roundtable discussion on cryptocurrencies that took place not too long ago in the District of Columbia, which was attended by major political figures and professionals from the industry, the chief executive officer of Ripple imparted his wisdom. Garlinghouse was of the opinion that the event was a positive one since it demonstrated a shift in the position that the Democratic Party takes with regard to the regulation of cryptocurrencies. He expressed his dissatisfaction with the strategy that SECR Gary Gensler advocated for, which was to regulate through enforcement, and he called for standards that were more codified and public. In light of recent events, such as the House of Representatives' approval of the FIT21 Act, Garlinghouse made the observation that there is a drive for the adoption of such laws in the legislative arena that is supported by both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. As a result of Garlinghouse's comments, the continuous struggle for regulatory clarity in the cryptocurrency industry in the United States has been brought to light. Since the month of December in the year 2020, Ripple and the United States Securities and Exchange Commission have been involved in a legal dispute. When this occurred, the Securities and Exchange Commission accused the company and a few of its officials of engaging in an unregistered securities offering by selling particular XRP cryptocurrencies. There were a number of distinct occurrences that took place in the case during the course of the preceding 4 years prior to the beginning of the trial phase in April 2024. Some individuals are of the opinion that Ripple has gained the upper hand as a consequence of the 3 partial court victories that it has achieved throughout the year 2023. At this point in time, it is generally agreed that the first one, which occurred almost exactly 1 year ago, is the most significant one that has occurred there. In the course of that time period, Judge Torres came to the conclusion that the programmatic sales made by the corporation to secondary trading platforms do not meet the criteria for being considered offers of investment contracts. that the magistrates decided against the agency's plan to appeal the ruling almost immediately after it was filed. Brad Garlinghouse, the chief executive officer of Ripple, and Chris Larson, the executive chairman of the company, were both cleared of all claims that were brought forward by the commission at the same time. There has not yet been an announcement made on the final verdict in this case. Due to the intricacy of the legal process and the possibility of appeals from both sides, it is possible that it will be delayed indefinitely until it is resolved. Different. Specialists, on the other hand, are of the opinion that an agreement is just waiting to be finally struck. An attorney from the United States named Jeremy Hogan is of the opinion that the official conclusion might take place before the end of the summer. On the other hand, Fred Rispoli has determined that the 31st of July is the date that is most likely to be the date for the settlement. Garlinghouse, the chief executive officer of Ripple, also expressed his thoughts on the matter and expressed his hope that a solution may be found. Despite the fact that he claimed that there is still one more piece of the puzzle to be solved before the case is resolved, very soon, no information was provided by him on whether or not his company and the SEC are now engaged in negotiations to find a solution to the problem. As far as the judge is concerned, the decision has been made quite clear. There is one more item that has to be mentioned in relation to these investment contracts that were offered to institutions. Although we anticipate a resolution to the situation very soon, we are unable to provide an accurate prediction of when the judge will make a decision regarding that matter. For the reason that he felt optimistic about reaching a settlement and because of the precedent that was set by the ruling that Judge Torres made, it is possible that a regulatory sector that is more clearly defined for XRP and other cryptocurrencies will be developed, and a revised white paper on real-world asset tokenization has been published by Ripple. This particular narrative, which is currently one of the most popular storylines for cryptocurrency systems, has been updated. Ripple has not expressed any interest in the technology, and the company will not be able to take part in the trend of token generation in any way, shape, or form. The only asset that has limited utility at the moment is XRP, which continues to be the case. There are staking options that are accessible for long-term holders of XRP. Additionally, there is the possibility that XRP will one day be required for interbank transactions, which will result in the depletion of XRP in the process. The reserves of the Ripple Foundation, on the other hand, have not yet been employed for this initiative, despite the enthusiasm that has been shown for it. This year, Ripple has been successful in its litigation battles against the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). This victory has been seen by some observers as a decrease in the likelihood of a settlement being reached. In the past, Mark Fagel, who had previously worked as an attorney for the Securities and Exchange Commission, has denied the existence of rumors regarding the prospective negotiations for a settlement. During his remarks, the attorney noted that the panel holds sessions every week that are held behind closed doors. According to this point of view, the next meeting is more likely to be a part of the SEC's regular operations than it is to be a specific event that is connected to the Ripple case. This is because the SEC is more likely to routinely conduct its activities. There was no explanation provided by either the Federal Register or the Securities and Exchange Commission regarding the decision to cancel the meeting that was held in private. Participants in the market, on the other hand, believe that it is most likely connected to the approval process for the spot Ethereum meet in secret. Several Ethereum exchange-traded funds at FDTFs have been awarded preliminary approvals, and all issuers have satisfied the S1 standards. These funds are traded on the Ethereum exchange.